We are inching closer and closer to one of gaming's biggest events of the year, E3. Last year's event obviously was cancelled, and the year before that serious problems occurred. For E3 2021 though, it is different, as this will be a digital-only event due to the current world situation. Hopefully next year things will return to a new normal with how the event is conducted, but for E3 2021, most of the AAA video game industry has scheduled live streams in early June to make new announcements and reveals. Specifically, most of this will be taking place from Saturday, June 12th to Tuesday, June 15th. It is important to note that many AAA game publishers are doing their own thing this summer. What that means is that there will be a variety of events happening throughout June and even July. At the time of recording, video game companies are just now starting to confirm the date and time for their summer showcases. Ubisoft has scheduled their Ubisoft Forward event for Saturday, June 12th at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Koch Media, the publisher of popular franchises such as Metroid and Saints Row, has announced a showcase happening June 11th at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Although the company has been pretty open about having expectations in check, at least for their known franchises. Xbox and Bethesda will hold a joint conference on June 13th at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Nintendo will finish off E3 2021 with their Switch-focused event on June 15th at noon Eastern Standard Time. Other events that have dates but no times yet include Gearbox Software on June 12th, Square Enix, Warner Brothers, and the PC Gaming Show on June 13th, Take-Two Interactive and Capcom on June 14th, and finally Bandai Namco on June 15th. One obvious omission would be Electronic Arts, although it has been confirmed that they are once again indeed going to have their EA Play live event, although that is going to be coming a bit later than usual, scheduled for July 22nd. In addition to that, EA's big fall 2021 release, Battlefield 6, or well simply Battlefield, will have a reveal event on June 9th starting at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I would add that I think it's very likely Electronic Arts will still have a presence during the Xbox E3 showcase, possibly maybe premiering some new gameplay for Battlefield. Maybe BioWare will share new information on the next Dragon Age or Mass Effect games. EA has a strong relationship with Microsoft. Their premium subscription service is a part of Xbox Game Pass. Microsoft has had various marketing deals over the years for much of EA's biggest releases, and many times in the past, new trailers or gameplay for EA games have premiered on Xbox's E3 stage. So it makes sense for EA to use Microsoft's big E3 stage to make an announcement or reveal for really any of their upcoming projects. Jeff Keighley is once again going to be organizing the Summer Game Fest, an event that will begin Thursday, June 10th at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Keighley teased that this year's event would be a big show, like the Game Awards. Have 20 to 30 games shown, some big world premieres, and some new updates for existing live services. Keighley further revealed that game companies such as 2K Games, Electronic Arts, Activision Blizzard, Sony, Ubisoft, Epic Games, Square Enix, Capcom, and more would be participating. Another event that has been confirmed is Steam Next Fest, which will be held from June 16th to June 22nd. Valve has teased that there will be a ton of developer live streams and hundreds of game demos for Steam users to participate in. Again though, it is important to emphasize that these are just the confirmed events and dates so far. While PlayStation has confirmed that they will not be a part of E3 2021, it's important to understand what that really means, and that basically is that, like last year and the year before that, Sony is doing their own thing. In June 2020, Sony had a massive PlayStation State of Play centered around the reveal of the PlayStation 5, and with that came massive announcements such as the next God of War game, Spider-Man Miles Morales, Horizon Forbidden West, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, Demon's Souls remake, and much more. Sony went all out, and the expectation is that they will do that once again sometime this summer. Considering that they did just have a State of Play centered around Horizon Forbidden West in late May, it might be later on in this summer in which we get some big PlayStation 5 reveals. For now, these are the events and showcases that we know of. This list will grow bigger in the coming days and we'll hopefully get more details and a better idea on what some of these companies like Take-Two and Capcom are preparing. For example, one game company that could have a massive showcase this year is WB Games. They are confirmed to be attending E3 2021 with an event scheduled for June 13th. Although we have no real way of knowing right now how big or small their event will be, WB Games has titles like Hogwarts Legacy, Gotham Knights, Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, and Back 4 Blood all launching either this year or next year, so having a showcase centered around those upcoming titles makes a lot of sense. So moving on from the big gaming events that we know of happening this month, let's now pivot and break down the more important question on everyone's mind: what game studios are and aren't making reveals, and what specific titles should we expect to see during these June events. Starting off with the most disappointing, VentureBeat's Jeff Grubb has reported that Elden Ring will not be shown at the Xbox E3 showcase, or probably at all. This does come off as a bit of a surprise considering previous rumors and the fact that publisher Bandai Namco is attending E3, but in a recent earnings report, developer From Software's parent company indicated that Elden Ring might not release by March 2022, and may in fact be delayed further out. This appears to be a consequence of the pandemic, which has plagued game development and pushed timelines of so many upcoming games back. Besides Elden Ring, Grubb did confirm a few other games that will not be making an appearance at this year's E3, that being Rare's Everwild, Ninja Theory's Hellblade 2, the Coalition's Gears 6, and Hideo Kojima's next game. With Hellblade 2, it said that developer Ninja Theory just doesn't have gameplay footage ready to show. The Coalition reportedly has too much going on, with it far more likely next year they reveal something for the next Gears game, and Hideo Kojima's next title, which is reportedly going to be an Xbox exclusive, is also not ready to be shown yet. But Grubb claims it could be shown later this year at the Game Awards. You know, Hideo Kojima's best friend, Jeff Keighley. So obviously these are some of the big games not coming during Xbox's E3 showcase, supposedly. So what is being shown? Well, that reportedly is going to be 343's Halo Infinite, Bethesda Game Studios' Starfield, Playground Games' Forza Horizon 5, and Relic Entertainment's Age of Empires 4. Microsoft in some advertisements for their E3 showcase has directly teased reveals centered around Halo Infinite and Starfield. Certainly Halo Infinite is a game that most of us have anticipated for months would have a big presence during Xbox's E3 2021 show. Last year's E3 did not go according to plan, and led to Microsoft delaying the game a whole year. For the last few months, 343 has been sharing tons of new images and details on the improvements that they've made to the game, and at E3 2021, they have to show to the world how this game has evolved. Developer 343 teased earlier this month or last month that while I hope you enjoyed this month's 1,000 word screenshots, we know that game videos are worth at least 10,000 words. And the great news is that this summer, example game industry event season, is just around the corner and there are glorious plans afoot. Expect Halo Infinite to be a major focus for Xbox's E3 showcase, with VentureBeat's Jeff Grubb claiming the multiplayer mode will be front and center this time around. YouTuber Colt Eastwood furthermore has stated, citing Xbox sources, that Halo Infinite multiplayer will indeed be the main focus, but the show will open with campaign gameplay and a public beta will be released at the end of the Xbox showcase for everyone to take part in. Another game that will see tons of attention is Bethesda Game Studios' next AAA RPG, Starfield. A new franchise revealed in 2018, very little is known about the game, but in recent months there has been quite a few leaked gameplay screenshots coming from an alleged early 2018 build of the game. These leaks indicate that Bethesda's space sci-fi RPG may be aiming for a more realistic feeling. Other leaks and rumors have claimed that the game will feature an expanded settlement building mechanic and appearance from a big-name Hollywood celebrity, maybe even being able to customize our own spaceship, and will feature space exploration akin to No Man's Sky in the Outer Wilds. Starfield's E3 2021 reveal during Xbox's showcase is arguably the worst kept secret in gaming, as numerous insiders have claimed that it will be shown during the event, and of course, Microsoft has now teased it. Interestingly, there had been rumors that the game was near completion, but this was shut down recently by Bloomberg's Jason Schreier, who confirmed the game would be at E3, but is nowhere near completion. Specifically, Schreier said the release date I've heard is way later than most people expect, that being late 2022, and he added that all of Bethesda was working on Fallout 76 until it launched, with only a small team working on Starfield until 2019. With that said, it definitely sounds like the Starfield reveal might not be as big as some had originally expected. If the game is nowhere near ready, then it seems the giant reveal might actually be coming at E3 2022 instead. Windows Central's Jez Corden last month insinuated that Forza Horizon 5 will be set in Mexico, and Xbox insider Klobrille suggested that the game along with Age of Empires 4 would be shown during the Xbox showcase. Ultimately, Xbox has a lot in the pipeline, with highly anticipated games like State of Decay 3, Fable, and Perfect Dark in active development, also all announced last year with cinematic trailers. The chances of seeing those titles at this year's E3 seem slim, but never say never. Still though, there are many more surprises and reveals to be announced. As I said earlier, I believe Electronic Arts could premiere new Battlefield gameplay, and there's even been some speculation that Microsoft might come out with a bang by announcing the game as a day one Xbox Game Pass title. Other surprises could also include something like Techland's Dying Light 2, which was first revealed on Xbox's E3 2018 stage and is set to launch in December 2021. Another game that was revealed on the Xbox stage and is supposed to be releasing this year is GSC Game World Stalker 2, which should make an appearance. Arkane Austin's next game is right now rumored to be a vampire-related fantasy IP called Omen, and the rumor alleges it's supposed to launch next year and get its first revealed E3 2021. Another rumor is that before Machine Games turns their attention to Indiana Jones, they will finish the Wolfenstein trilogy with Wolfenstein 3 revealed at E3 2021 and released this fall. Windows Central is reporting that Obsidian might show up to E3 2021 in a massive way, as they've heard an announcement of The Outer Worlds 2 might happen, and they've heard conflicting information on the fantasy RPG Avowed, with them claiming it's a 50-50 chance of us seeing it. Other insiders have specified that a reveal was supposed to happen at one point, but was moved out of E3 for whatever reason. Windows Central furthermore has claimed that Double Fine Productions' highly anticipated platformer Psychonauts 2, which is slated for a release this year, would be making an appearance. Xbox certainly has a lot going on. We might even hear or see Obsidian share details on Josh Sawyer's unannounced game, maybe a first look at IO Interactive's rumored Xbox fantasy RPG codenamed Project Dragon, or Inksyle's new FPS RPG IP that they just recently teased. Either way, if you're an Xbox gamer, there's a lot to look forward to, and at E3 2021, we should be seeing some massive, huge surprises. Next, we move on to Ubisoft, which has a massive game coming this fall, and will most definitely get a lot of screen time during Ubisoft Forward. That of course is Far Cry 6, a game that did have a small event recently, revealing the release date and some gameplay, but at E3, I expect we'll maybe see a 10-minute demo of a story mission. Other than Far Cry 6, Ubisoft also is set to launch Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Quarantine this year. It was confirmed on their blog that they plan to debut world premiere gameplay and trailers for this upcoming game. Additionally, Ubisoft has revealed that Riders Republic, a sports game, will have a gameplay reveal, and they teased that they have some surprises that you won't want to miss. Those are the confirmed new games we will be seeing, but some other possible reveals include Ubisoft's upcoming free-to-play shooter The Division Heartland, which very likely should be getting its first gameplay reveal sometime soon, being officially announced just recently along with gameplay that leaked, with Ubisoft recently announcing that the Prince of Persia Sands of Time remake would be releasing before April 2022. We should also expect to see it make an appearance. Besides these titles, it becomes a bit harder figuring out what Ubisoft might have planned. A recent leak from the Microsoft Store indicates that a mysterious game codenamed Incursion VMC could be announced soon, and for titles like Skull and Bones and Beyond Good and Evil 2, those are titles that were announced just way too early. Skull and Bones recently being delayed yet again to late 2022, who knows if that ever even releases. Beyond Good and Evil 2 has always appeared to be an ambitious project, one that just appears to be still years away. So Ubisoft Forward definitely seems to be relying heavily on Far Cry 6 and the next Rainbow Six game. The company has teased surprises, so we'll have to wait and see what they have in store for gamers. If rumors are to be believed, Nintendo is set to have quite the summer, not just with game announcements, but maybe hardware. One of the worst kept secrets in gaming has been Nintendo developing a Pro Switch, something that received further validity earlier this year when Bloomberg reported, citing sources, that Nintendo had plans to adopt an upgraded Nvidia chip with better graphics and processing for a new Switch model planned for the year-end shopping season. So far, we have not heard or seen this new model, which makes E3 2021 the perfect time to finally announce the advanced hardware, although really that announcement could come any day now as even more rumors and leaks emerge, pointing to this console releasing this fall. When announcing the official date and time for their E3 showcase, Nintendo confirmed that their Direct would be roughly 40 minutes of information focused exclusively on the Nintendo Switch, mostly releasing in 2021, followed by around 3 hours of gameplay in Nintendo Treehouse Live. What that likely means is that we won't be seeing a game like Metroid Prime 4, but I am skeptical on the possibility of seeing Breath of the Wild 2. In Nintendo's February Direct, the company finally gave gamers news on the highly anticipated sequel, and the update was that news would be coming later in the year, which for many was extremely disappointing. A few months later, many are wondering if the time is now for the game's big reveal. Some insiders have indicated the game is near completion and was supposed to launch this year, but the pandemic has disrupted the game's development timeline, potentially pushing previous established plans further out. One upcoming upcoming title that had its gameplay revealed during Nintendo's E3 2019 show, Hollow Knight Silksong, has been confirmed to not be making an appearance at E3, with developer Team Cherry announcing that they have no news to share on the sequel at the moment. Nintendo insider Zippo recently claimed that a new 2D Metroid game is near completion and just about ready for an announcement. This rumor doesn't come as a complete surprise, as reports surrounding the existence of this project date back to last year from multiple sources. Zippo furthermore has claimed that a new Fire Emblem game and Super Mario Party 2 will be announced likely at E3, with a release this holiday season. And lastly, a Donkey Kong game is being developed by the team behind Super Mario Odyssey and is near completion, with an announcement likely again coming at E3. As I mentioned earlier, Sony typically has a summer event which might come a little later this year, as they just had one centered around Horizon Forbidden West, but the big title everyone is awaiting is God of War Ragnarok. Specifically, everyone is awaiting its gameplay reveal, or just some footage of something connected to it. Recently, the game was delayed to sometime in 2022, but expect soon our first look at the actual game, and actually an insider on the Reset Era Gaming forums indicated this is happening soon. Of course, treat this as a rumor, but the insider was vetted by an admin on the website who said the user has insight into Sony matters and has provided evidence to me verifying as such. The user Ashhong, who previously accurately claimed God of War Ragnarok was a cross-generational title, claimed that Sony is 100% having some kind of event or presentation in the summer. I know for a fact that they are working on the God of War trailer for it, likely June I believe. He later clarified that he wasn't able to confirm if these plans had changed or not, as his information was a bit old. Now, if this event is indeed real, another PlayStation console exclusive that should be getting a big reveal is Ember Labs' Kenna Bridge of Spirits, which is currently set to launch in late August. Square Enix has a number of games coming soon that have some sort of exclusivity with PlayStation. All of these could be shown at a future State of Play event this summer, or, and what may be more likely right now, during Square Enix's E3 showcase, which is currently slated for June 13th at 3:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Games like Forspoken and Life is Strange True Colors will certainly make an appearance as they are set to launch in the near future. Platinum Games' Babylon's Fall is confirmed to be getting an update, following the absolute amazing, tremendous success story that is Marvel's Avengers, and yes, that certainly is sarcasm. Square Enix is reportedly partnering with Marvel yet again. VentureBeat's Jeff Grubb reports that a Guardians of the Galaxy game is in development, and Jason Schreier seemingly confirmed it was being developed by Eidos Montreal and being revealed at E3. Speaking as a huge Deus Ex fan, I just really hope that Eidos Montreal eventually gets back to that franchise very soon. But for now, it looks like they are dabbling into the Marvel universe. Arguably Square's biggest upcoming game, Final Fantasy XVI, should either open or close the showcase, and recent rumors indicate another Final Fantasy game is set to be revealed. Final Fantasy Origin, a Dark Souls-style RPG spin-off, is rumored to be revealed at E3. Fanbyte reports that this will be a PlayStation 5 console exclusive, being developed by Team Ninja. One publisher has had their entire E3 2021 reveal list leaked, that being 2K Games. Being confirmed authentic by Bloomberg's Jason Schreier, although he was unsure whether or not each game would be revealed at E3 or later, 2K is set to announce a Borderlands spin-off called Wonderlands, starring Tiny Tina. XCOM studio Firaxis is developing a new turn-based strategy game starring Marvel heroes. That too is set to be revealed at E3. Lastly, a mysterious project codename Volt is set to be revealed. It's early in development, being described as Cthulhu meets Saints Row. The leaker believes that this is being developed by Hangar 13, as last year they had a contract leak which confirmed that they were working on a new IP described as an open-world sci-fi title with supernatural elements. The two interesting omissions is Ken Levine's Ghost Story Games' first title and Bioshock 4. Specifically with Bioshock 4, this is in development at Cloud Chamber, and over the last year or two there have been a number of leaks with many speculating that we might finally see the game unveiled for the first time at E3 2021. Maybe, just maybe, this reveal is being treated much more serious and being held under wraps. Fingers crossed. Now, besides upcoming games getting revealed, there are a number of live services that will certainly see updates. This includes Apex Legends, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Sea of Thieves, Fallout 76, ESO, Marvel's Avengers, Outriders, Animal Crossing, The New Horizons, and much more. I would say there's probably a decent chance that CD Projekt Red emerges from the ashes and maybe announces some of their DLC plans for Cyberpunk 2077. happen. Regardless, E3 is back, and it will be big. Anyway, what game are you looking forward to the most, and what surprise reveal do you think could happen? There's just endless amount of possibilities. We have not seen The Wolf Among Us 2 in a long time. Maybe that shows up. The Last of Us Part 2 multiplayer is supposed to be something I imagine we hear news on soon. Just many possibilities. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. But thank you for watching. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy this video or if you found any informative value, and make sure to follow my other social media accounts for updates on new videos. Links are always down in the description below. I'm most active on Twitter, giving opinions on news that I do not always get into video form, so do make sure to follow me over there. Also check out my Discord for all sorts of discussion on games. And again, thank you for joining. Consider subscribing for more videos like this. I'll see you later.